Hello everyone, tonight on Business Live, Energy Minister dismisses assertions that recent power outages in the Greater Accra region and some parts of the country are due to the energy sector debt.
The truth of the matter is that government has put in place a mechanism where every generator, every transmitter, every distributor of electricity is paid something regularly.
We'll have more from a press conference today where the Ghana Grid Company has reassured there are no intentions of a nationwide load shedding program. Also in the bulletin tonight, new premix fuel policy to save government 100 million cedis annually. We'll be hearing from the MPA. Plus, the whole airport expected to undergo commercial flight testing exercise in 2 weeks' time. Details in a moment. To stay with us. And that's what the commodity market is looking like as we gradually end the day. We'll get into the news in a bit, but first, guess who is back at work?
We have known you for the past 4 years. We have known you as a godly man, a man of integrity, a man who believes strongly in the state, a man who believes strongly in protecting the public purse, a man who has focus, a man who has vision, and you have helped us to drive the economic management of this nation to a stage where the whole world sees Ghana as a beacon of hope in the sub-region.
We really want to welcome you back. We are happy to have you back. We missed you. We miss your philosophical.
Thank Parliament for the approval and certainly the President for finding the confidence. And the confidence, really in me is really reflecting on the confidence in the ministry. And I think we should share that and then move on strongly. Yeah? Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
This bulletin on a very positive note. The Finance Minister, Ken Ferrata, in fine fettle and positive spirit. Those are the words of my producer. Returning to work for the first time since he was sworn in by the president. I remember he had also been away for a long time in the US for medical review following our COVID-19 complications. So it's great to see the finance minister back to work. There's a lot ahead of him, a lot that he's got to tackle, especially after the Eurobond roadshow where we were able to get some 3 billion cedis from investors. Welcome back, sir. Tonight, the Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, has rubbished assertions that the recent power outages in the Greater Accra region and some parts of Accra or some parts of the country are due to the energy sector debt. According to him, government has settled some of the debt and has initiated several payment plans to clear any outstanding debt to power providers. He spoke at an ECG and Gridco press engagement today.
The government has put in place a mechanism where every generator, every transmitter, every distributor of electricity is paid something regularly, what we call the cash waterfall mechanism. Government has also introduced, and it will start very soon, a gas clearinghouse, where more funds will be made available to the suppliers of the fuel for these generators. The recently passed budget, government has made available a Delta Fund that is also going to contribute to the payment of these debts that are owed. So it's not because of a debt that this power outage is concerned. And I would like to conclude by saying that the challenges that are being faced would definitely sometime lead to maybe a power outage here or there. But this, like the technical people just said, it's not because of a generational problem. Yesterday's power outage, we have been explained to us, was caused by a reduced pressure of the gas that is going to the generator. That could not have been foreseen or planned by anybody. And so because most of our generators are now relying on gas, and gas comes through only a few pipelines to all these generators, and the effect of a gas shortage affects many more generators than if individual plants were being fueled by diesel or crude oil independently. So these are challenges. We have to continuously build the infrastructure and our systems to be able to have a redundancy in the system to minimize these outages. And we hope that Ghanaians would be with us in these trying times so that we can improve the system to get the consistent electricity that we want.
Meantime, the Ghana Grid Company is assuring the general public that it has no intentions of embarking on a nationwide load shedding program. According to the power transmission company, it is currently carrying out key projects to enhance power supply reliability in the Greater Accra region. At some point during the process, the contractors will need to interconnect with the current transmission system. And for this to happen, it says intermittent power outages will be required at different periods to safely connect the new installation. So consequently, these outages are not going to be nationwide, would only affect parts of Accra and Winneba. Here's Chief Executive of Gridco, Jonathan Amakuba, addressing the media.
When the time comes, we would inform Ghanaians. Currently, what we are doing, we have to be sure, because you cannot go and take off power and do nothing. We have to be sure of the time and the extent. So we are liaising with the contractors, not only the contractors. ECG is also involved. MIDA, who is the project funding agency, is also involved. We are dealing with all these people to come up with a comprehensive timetable. And this timetable, as we said, is only for Accra and Winneba. It is not a nationwide thing. It is only for Accra and Winneba. Let's get that right, so that we don't go and say that there is a national timetable for load shedding or doom or whatever it is. That is not the case. This is the timetable which they are asking for outages in order to complete the works for the system to be resilient, so that we wouldn't have the intermittent outages that we are having. The stabilizer that he's talking about, I don't know what type of stabilizer that he's talking about, because we don't have stabilizers in our system. What we employ in our systems are capacitor banks and static VAR compensators to improve voltages. And as we speak now, all the capacitor banks that we have and the static VAR compensator that we have, they are all working as we speak now. In his talk, he talked about Kumasi. We found out that because the voltages are low in Kumasi, we need to install such a device in Kumasi. And thankfully, in the budget for 2021, it was stated that that project is going to be undertaken. So we are waiting to get all the documentation in order to install that device in Kumasi. So that one also will be part of the mitigating actions that we are taking in order to stabilize the power situation in Kumasi.
GridCo also says it's working hard to ensure reliable power supply by July this year. We'll hear next from Mark Iwaba, who is Director of Systems and Operations at GridCo.
Tema is now a major generation hub. More than 1,000 megawatts are being generated in Tema. So we need massive transmission capacity to bring that. Let me come to Pokwase. Pokwase is in the northern part of Accra, and Pokwase is now going to be a hub where the power that is being evacuated from Abuazi on the 330 kV will now come to Pokwase before being sent to Tema. Pokwase will now allow ECG the flexibility to meet demand in the northern parts of Accra, and then in case that there are challenges elsewhere in Accra, load can always be moved elsewhere. So Pokwase will improve supply reliability in that area. In addition, I talked about the Kaswa bulk supply point. Kaswa, in the western part of Accra is in the central region by somewhere, is sprawling, and the demand is so much in Kaswa. So analysis show that we need to build a substation in Kaswa. Kaswa currently is being supplied from Malam and then from Winneba, and that is accompanied by a lot of outages and so much losses within the distribution network because of the length. So Kaswa is being constructed, and that will also be completed somewhere in August, September. Pokwase will be completed by June, July. To address the Kumasi problem, the Kumasi Kintambo project is being built and will be completed by July this year. Also, the Ministry of Energy has taken a decision. As we analyzed, we saw that it is best if we could get a generator around Kumasi. So the ministry has taken a decision that the Ameri power plant should be moved to Kumasi. So efforts are being put in place to ensure that gas infrastructure is sent to Kumasi to feed the Ameri power plant once that movement is done. When this is completed, our system will become even more resilient.
Well, let's discuss the latest developments. Joining me now is Fritz Moses, who is a research analyst with the Institute for Energy Security. Great to have you with us tonight, Fritz. So you have listened to the explanations GridCo has been offering concerning the recent power challenges. At least we know it is not a nationwide problem, and it's going to and it's because of the current projects being undertaken by GridCo. So does this somewhat put to rest the fears that we are having about potential nationwide load shedding program?
Thank you very much, Dao. And yes, we have been following the communication from GridCo and also, of course, from the Ministry of Energy. And yes, we have known all along that there were some major challenges in the transmission to parts of the country. And yes, again, we know also that the issues that we have been facing, that's the intermittent power supply, has been widespread in Accra, in Kumasi, mostly in the southern sector of the country. It was only until March 7th that we saw the total blackout in the entire country. But yes, we think that whatever changes, whatever upgrade in the systems that would have to occur would, in essence, affect these same areas, i.e. Accra, Kumasi, and then the most part of the southern sector, or the southern belt of Ghana.
And we have the Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, dismissed suggestions that the energy sector debt may have contributed to the current challenges we are encountering with power. Is he justified in downplaying these concerns? Hi, Fritz. Can you hear me? Okay, Fritz, so I just wanted to find out, based on the stuff that the Minister of Energy said concerning the energy sector debt, him dismissing suggestions that the debt may have contributed to the current challenges we encounter with power, I was asking if he's justified in downplaying those claims.
So we think that the issue with debt in the sector and its impact on the current interruptions in supply, I agree with the fact that although there were upgrades or there were maintenance to be done, they were not being done because of the unavailability of funds. And this, in essence, meant that the debts owed by these operators and these and GRIDCO especially had not been adequately resolved or paid up. So you realize also again that GRIDCO is not even undertaking what they are saying from their own coffers. They have had to resort to loans. For example, some of the transmission line from Amasu to Kintampo is being done with loans from the French government. And these are some of the things that you would have to resort to in the event where you're unable to generate revenue from your own production.
All right. Your organization, IAS, in a statement yesterday called for swift intervention to the power issues because it could affect efforts to reboot our economy. Now, you're asking government to fix especially the cash flow constraints. Tell us more.
All right. Again, as we've stated, we've all seen the impact of the COVID-19 on businesses in Ghana, some having to cut down their staff. Some having to also even cut down the salaries of staff just to make or keep the businesses afloat. We think that if businesses are being taxed or they are forced to afford another cost of getting alternative electricity source in these times, it would be inimical to the growth of their own business and their own industries. We are looking especially at the industries and the manufacturing agencies who use up, who are mostly the bulk users of electricity in Ghana. In the event where they are being made to cut down or find alternative means to generate electricity, that means they'll be spending more money, which they would have invested in the businesses to ensure growth, rather on electricity generation.
Final question to you. We are expecting a review of electricity tariffs by the PRC amid all of this. Would any increase be justified, do you think? Review
of electricity tariffs really shouldn't come at this time. We are already seeing the impact that the power cuts or the intermittent supply is having on businesses, on the lives of people. We've also seen the impact of COVID-19 and how it's already impacting Ghanaians. Already also new taxes have been introduced on petroleum products and other commodities or means of taxing. And we think increasing electricity tariffs again around this time would be insensitive to the needs of Ghanaians. We wouldn't think it's the right way to go at the moment.
All right, Fritz Moses there, he's research analyst with the Institute for Energy Security there, shedding some more light on the power challenges that we are having and the way forward. Let's switch topics right now. The National Petroleum Authority, NPA, has revealed that the new premix fuel policy will save government 100 million cedis of subsidies annually. According to the director in charge of pricing, planning and research, Arthur Welbeck, the new policy will also boost the fishing industry.
What we are looking at is, instead of the 100% gasoline bit, this time we are going to use a blend of condensate and gasoline, and it's going to, with a marine mix as well. And we realize that this is going to save, if it's implemented, looking at the price of the condensate, this is going to save government about 100 million Ghana cedis per year. As we speak now, the subsidy on premix fuel, government, and the fisher folks, the fishing industry is like one-on-one. Government has serious interest in the fishing industry. So there's this policy to subsidize premix fuel. And the current subsidy on premix fuel annually is 240 million Ghana cedis. If we are able to implement the use of condensate, a blend of the condensate with the gasoline, government is going to save about 100 million Ghana cedis in subsidies. So this is a research we've done, and we've engaged the stakeholders, we've engaged the fishing industry in all this. But where we have reached now is to have, in fact, we've even done a pilot and would be engaging the stakeholders further, so we move up from there.
You're watching Business Live. Aviation news next. The whole airport located in the Volta region is expected to undergo a commercial flight testing exercise in 2 weeks. The Transport Minister, Kweku Ofori-Esiama, announced this after inspecting the facility on Tuesday. The Africa World Airline would operate 2 flights a week, Monday and Friday, possibly at a one-way fare of 100 Ghana cedis. There's more in this report.
The $25 million Ho airport, designed to hold 2 medium-sized aircraft at a time with a passenger capacity of 100, was completed in 2017. In September 2020, the African World Airline announced its readiness to begin operations at the facility after carrying out feasibility studies on the safety and economic prospects of the airport. Given this, the Volta Regional Minister, Dr. Archibald Lecha, the Transport Minister, Kweku Ofori-Esiama, and an entourage from the Ghana Airport Company Limited, Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, and other relevant institutions toured the facility to ascertain its readiness for commercial flights. A full complement of communication and weather systems, an X-ray machine, among other requisite machinery, has been installed to ensure a smooth operation of the facility. Mr. Esiama, who expressed satisfaction at the level of preparation, indicated that the government aims to establish a pilot training institution at the airport in the future.
We are trying to put this airport to other use, to training of pilots and other things. We are in discussion with the private sector people that yes, we have a facility here which we can use to train our pilots. We are also discussing with them. A group has contacted us. We are having a discussion with them. So apart from using it for a commercial purpose, we are also going to use this airport, if all things being equal, for training of pilots. Instead of people going to Florida and other places to go and learn piloting, we believe that this airport is situated in such a way that we can use this place to train our pilots. So definitely we are going to put this airport to a very good use. But what I need from you, the way and your elders, so please try and protect this land for us, because in future it will be put to good use. Our had promised. We are in discussion with them. All the negotiations have been done. All the planning work is done. They've promised us that in 2 weeks' time, they will do a flying test. Then they will start the commercial operation to Ho Airport. I needed to be here to acquaint myself with the facilities available, if indeed it will enable them to fly to Ho. And I think that for the round that they've taken me around, I can confidently say that yes, we are ready to receive commercial flight to Ho.
Dr. Lecha implored people in the Volta region to patronize the airport.
The patronage is good. More airlines will come. And when the state airline also starts, it will be one of the routes. We can fly from Ho to Tamale, Ho to Kumasi, Ho to Sunyani, Ho to Wa, Ho to Takoradi. Because there are a lot of people, we are close to the border. A lot of people will travel from Aflao to Elubo, to Cote d'Ivoire. They can come to Ho here. We can have bus shuttle services, bring them to the airport here to fly to Takoradi or to fly to Kumasi or Tamale. There are many traders who go to Lome, to Kumasi. So it's up to us. We don't just sit back and be happy that we have an airport. We should take advantage of the airport to improve on our livelihood, improve on our business. So instead of driving our cars and being in traffic every day in Accra, you take the flight, get to the airport in Accra, pick a taxi to the ministry, do your business, pick a taxi back to the airport, and then you are back to home. So as for me, I'll be parking my car here. I'll take a flight to Accra and come back. So
the warlord of the Asogli state, Togbe Laklehowusu XII, underscored the important role the airport would play in the socio-economic development of the Volta region.
And we believe it's going to open the gate for us to be able to access the city for businesses and pleasure, And then we expect this will open the gate also for tourists to come and enjoy all the tourist facilities we have in our region. And also being close to our neighbors, we believe in future arrangements will be made so that flights from our neighboring countries, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, will also come here. And then maybe in future, we can also fly from here to Tamale and Kumasi.
Fred Kwame Asai, Joy News, Ho.
Up next on Business Live is Money Lab.
Our budget highlight today on Money Lab is to draw your attention to one of the important things this budget policy brings up regarding your pension. You know, Ghana's pension system is Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. Tier 1 goes to Senate and is mandatory. Tier 2 goes to a private trustee company and it's also mandatory. It is the Tier 3, which is the provident or the personal pension, that is voluntary. In the budget statement, the government is making a policy drive that is now going to go after employers who are not contributing the Tier 2 of the employees. It says that majority of the people, based on the numbers from the regulator, are doing some effort at paying Tier 1, which goes to Senate, but the Tier 2 is having a lot of lag and a lot of outstanding amounts. Now, if you don't get this done before they come after you, you are going to be paying some penalties and charges. And if you are an employee, do well to remind your employer to get this done and regularized so that you get the benefits of exemption in the charges before they get after you.
That's Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching. My name is Darryl Kwao. Do enjoy your Easter break.